Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Every game feels like a special one in Buenos Aires, even more so perhaps in this neighbourhood of Núñez, famously inhabited by a true heavyweight of South American football, River Plate.
And so we stand for the anthems. They have thrown down the gauntlet with that anthem. Now to match it. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, someone I really like, Peter, is Lautaro Martinez. The graft, the energy, the dynamism, he's got all those properties we expect from South American forwards. And he's also someone who's quite happy to drop back, whether to receive the ball or to make up defensive numbers.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. There's the whistle. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, the idea was right, the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
McAllister. Oh, this is a terrific run.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Messi.
McAllister. And Molina. And it's Messi. Fernandez. And here's Lautaro Martinez.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
And he's managed to get free. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Ecuador have got it back and they'll have another go. Up he goes! That's a half-decent try.
Oh, that look of disbelief.
Romero. It's gone out for a throw-in. he's being shifted off it.
McAllister takes control of it and he's on the move. Fernandez. That's good running with the ball. He's having a go! Oh my word, that is quite something! A finish right from the top draw!
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Número 24.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition.
Decent hit! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards. Argentina really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Molina. Alvarez. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1 minute. He's had a hit! Oh, impressive strike. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break. 1-0. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that, and still very much in this game.
Argentina head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Yes. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. Argentina have themselves a chance from the spot. Well, the players are making their point, but the ref clearly isn't interested. He's waved them all away.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
To further improve their position of comfort. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, he dipped into a world of focus then and dismissed any distraction.
Convertido en el minuto 50. Número 10. Messi.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Great ball, and he's got the shot away! It's a goal! Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Número 19.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, I think they probably needed an early goal in this half just to give them the confidence and belief to push on and look for an equaliser.
Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Tagliafico. Argentina suddenly appear frail.
Yes, from comfort zone to a stage of uncertainty, perhaps, and they can't drift into a carelessness or this could get away from them. This is what good chemistry is all about.
Shapes to shoot! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 22.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Número 11. Se va a realizar un cambio.
Otamendi is there, and he can get that clear. Argentina do have options. He's tried one! Well, the contact was true enough. The aim wasn't quite.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 7.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Cambio.
Molina. It's Palacios. Fernandez. Argentina will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. And here's Dybala. Oh, good ball.
Argentina surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And he's had it nicked away. Oh, real chance! Now, who's going to be first to this?
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Se van a jugar 6 minutos de compensación.
Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Fernandez. Tagliafico. Oh, that's neat. Real chance here. And the referee brings it to a close. Argentina pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Fernandez picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Argentina clearly came into this
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Ecuador contra Argentina.
And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. The action has already started. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Now that looks a decent ball. Now then, the ball's come loose. Martinez was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Yeah, the confidence we can admire, the decision-making we can't.
Shot a goal! Goal! Ecuador! A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. McAllister. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Alvarez. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. He's found a way through. And the shot! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Alvarez. And that is out of play. Otamendi. Messi. For De Paul. And that has left him in a heap. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That's good running with the ball. Otamendi gets a foot in here. Fernandez. And the pass is intercepted.
Ecuador can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Can he finish? Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Tagliafico. Otamendi. Tagliafico. Now Romero. And it's Messi. And he's only too happy to take that back. He has found the way through. Big chance! In he goes again. And that's it for the first half, a breathless ending. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points,
But there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break. 1-0.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Ecuador come in, having established that lead. A game where the narrative is, at least in terms of the scoreline, so far so good. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
And that's a good ball. Shapes to shoot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And that is doing no harm at all.
That's an example of the sixth sense of opportunism that many of his ilk show. Masterful anticipation.
Molina. Team still separated by the game's only goal.
La cantidad de espectadores de este partido fue de 81.007.
To McAllister. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist, Peter, in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
They're back in possession and ready to go. A chance! Had a swing, but it wasn't to be.
Martinez cannot be faulted for trying. It was asking to be hit just a bit straighter.
Ecuador perhaps contemplating their next change here. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Messi. McAllister. De Paul. 75 minutes played.
Ecuador surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Messi going full steam down the flank. Now, what about a counter-attack? Turns and goes back. Driving through the middle. There's the hit! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Cambio en Ecuador. Número 13.
Ecuador with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. He's got full. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
He's having a go. Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And time is up. Ecuador have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, that was a hard-fought win with a defensive masterclass. They backed up their goal with a resilience that was first class.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Señoras y señores, por favor permanezcan sentados durante el transcurso del partido. Gracias por su cooperación.